Hello and welcome everyone to the walk around video here at your next car, the 2018 M140 Shadow Edition 5-door hatch. The vehicle is presented in the sapphire black metallic and is a superb example of quite possibly one of the best hyper hot hatches that are out there. Of course, the M140 has a fantastic cult following by now, and you'll see throughout this walk around just about why. If you've not yet already started to do your investigation and looking around for one of these cars, this is a great starting point to do so. We'll go through some of the technical features, show you around the options of this car, and of course I'll explain a little bit what makes up these fantastic vehicles. So of course, to start off with, we're on the lovely 5-door 1 Series platform. That in itself is a great start. Then of course the M Division get to put their hands over it, tweak it, and put the fantastic twin turbo engine in there, which produces well over 300 brake horsepower. Lovely engine that is, and it is an absolute gem, and it sounds incredible even on the standard exhaust such as this Shadow Edition comes with. So as you can see there, then this one's got the Shadow Chrome line exterior pack, so you've got those little air fins around the breathers, and of course the mirror caps are finished in that too, as are the rear badges. We have then added to the exterior with the in-house enhancement, so you've got the gloss black front splitter, matching kidney grills. The alloy wheels are the original 18-inch M140 alloys in the ferric grey, and they look superb. They are also wrapped in the correct Michelin Pilot Sport tyres. Down the side, we have then added the satin side vinyls with YNCM performance decals, again really just adding to that wonderful sapphire black metallic body colour. There is the rear sun protection glazing. Being that this is a Shadow Edition, we've got all of the regular features you'd get with a Plus package, but of course it comes with this car with some few other nice extras as well. So there is the Harman card, and that's all important on any BMW, especially so on one as nice as this. We've got the Dakota leather option interior. Again, it's a really nice subtle look on this M140. Bearing in mind you've got an absolute monster of an engine lying underneath that bonnet. Of course, you've got the 8-speed sports automatic gearbox with paddles. And then being that this is a 5-door, in my opinion, it certainly makes it that more desirable. There's plenty more space. You can really get everybody in here in comfort, but then of course you can get up the road very quickly. It is full 3-seat ISOFIX, as you can see, and has been nicely looked after. Just before we go right round to the very back of the car, you'll again see those superb original 18-inch BMW M140 alloys. They're all in great condition, and of course luckily we've got the brakes to be able to cope with the power on the car. Gloss black rear boot spoiler also added by us, and then the original ferric grey rear diffuser. Another feature for the Shadow Edition cars is the black exhaust tips, which again in my opinion just give that a bit more to the car. And you've got darker rear lights, and there are those lovely badges finished in the shadow chrome effect. If we just pop open the hatch, again, hot hatches, hyper hot hatches such as this one still need to be a practical everyday car, and with a boot that size, this ticks those boxes. You can fold the seats down as well if you want to. We've got rear parking sensors on this one, and as we go to the driver's side, you'll again be able to see that lovely sapphire black. In my opinion, this colour is the one to go for, because again it will just fly under the radar that little bit further than the lighter colours will. It's quite unassuming, which in my opinion is always really nice on a car like this. People will look at it and won't think too much of it, which is great for keeping away from people that you don't necessarily want to have looking at your car. And of course, people that you may want to, they'll soon be surprised when you're up the road well past them. Harman Kardon again, and we'll jump through and take a seat inside. We've got the lovely facelift LED backlit display dash. M140 everywhere in that dashboard, just to remind you what car you're in if the engine note isn't enough to remind you. Cruise control, speed limiter, voice and volume functions, paddles for the 8-speed sports automatic gearbox. As you can see, it's only covered just over 22,000 miles, so a nice low mileage example, very well cared for. If you pop the car in sport, the car is nicely warmed up, so again that'll open both sides of the exhaust up using the clever electric butterfly valves. You can configure the sport on this car, being that it is a facelift, so again there you can choose which parts you would like to be configured in sport. So say if you did want it a little bit softer in terms of the chassis setup, and you just wanted the drivetrain to be in sport, you can do so. I really like that feature about it. We've got the business nav and media on this car, so again, it's got everything that should be included on a hyper hot hatch. So you've got sat nav, you've got a Bluetooth audio and telephone, and we have also got a wide array of multimedia to ensure that you're entertained on your journeys. Of course, you're not going to be going flat out all the time, so it's important that we are entertained in other ways. Then if you just could check out the servicing information for the car, it's not done very many miles, so of course it's not had to have many services. The next one's not due for 10,000. It's had a pre-delivery inspection service and a first service, all with BMW, of course. So the last thing really to do is just to give you a little sound demonstration of this magnificent engine and exhaust setup. Car's in sport, as you've seen, it's all nicely warmed up, ready to go. So even in stock form, they do make a superb noise. They really do come alive when you get them out on the road and get them screaming up through the revs. If you'd like to know any further information on this Shadow Edition M140 5-door hatch, please do simply click the link that's going to be available to you down below in the description. For the meantime, thank you all very much for watching. Do of course take care. Thank you. Bye bye.